Right then, Jack, let's see how you get on with this paper. 9,417 is correct. 2 marks for that. 1 mark for that. 102 and 28. Good. That's good. Well done. 7 for the page. A rhombus, unfortunately, only has one line of symmetry, which is... No, I'm talking rubbish. It's got 2, isn't it? Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. That's good. And isosceles is spelt wrong. There's a C in it, but you'll get the mark. 2578 is correct. 8527 isn't correct because you want it as big as possible, and it would be bigger if you switch those two around and have that in the hundreds column. So what you're looking for is to have your smallest odd number in the units column. 4740 is correct. 4700 is correct. 8 tickets is correct. Volume of a kettle is not 100 milliliters, it's a litre. If you think an ordinary can of Coke is 330 ml, alright, so a kettle wouldn't have less than a normal can of Coke. So that one's wrong, that one's right, that one's right, that one's wrong. 60 millimeters is much smaller, okay. 60 millimeters would be a 6 by 10 millimeter square or rectangle, which would be about that big. So what we're looking for there is in fact that one. So you've got 2 marks for that. 2, 4, 6, 7, 11 for the page. One in 50 is right. Harry is right. There's only the green tickets go up to 30, so there would only be 126, whereas there's a yellow and a green 16. Good, well done. Not 84, 48. Now you've got the 48 written there, so I think you've written that down really wrong, but there's only 1 mark available, so you're not going to get it, I'm afraid. 6 is correct. 36 and 48 isn't. What have you done there? Not sure how you've worked that one out. Because your 10 is here, so your maths is wrong there. Have a think back to what you were thinking when you were doing that. And it hasn't risen, it's fallen. Right, that's you, that was you when you were in year 7 5 years ago, much more than are in year 7 now, and that's got smaller and smaller every year. So your answer is opposite to what it needs to be there. So 4 marks for the page. (27) and 57 are correct. 43 is correct. 7H is correct. 42 is correct. 40 is right. That's wrong. What you're doing is multiplying the x coordinate by 4. So if the x coordinate is a, the y coordinate is 4a. So 1 mark for that. 2, 1, 2. No, it's not 19. What you need to do is just take 1 layer, work out the number of cubes in 1 layer. Okay, so that's 1 cube, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cubes in 1 layer, and then times it by 3 layers. And your units are wrong, that's area. The units of volume are centimeters cubed. Here you've measured, you've read off the wrong side of your protractor. What you need to do is look at that and say, is that more or less than 90 degrees? Clearly it's less than 90 degrees, so you're going to be reading the smaller scale of your protractor. Take your protractor, put the center on the corner, line the 0 up with a line, and then read off and you can see there it is 64 degrees. So you lose your mark for that. So there's 2 marks, no mark there, no mark there. 2, 4, 6, 8 marks for the page. And again, you've gone wrong with that one, at the wrong side of your line. You need the center there, the 0 lining up there, and 136 is bigger than 90 degrees, so 130, 136 would be there. So the line that you're looking for is that one. PQR should be obtuse if you'd have drawn it correctly. The way that you've drawn it, it's acute, but you haven't got it done anyway. So no marks there. Question 9. 7 full crates, 13 left over, 3 marks. It isn't 24. I've got no workings out, so I can't give you any method. But what you should be doing is first of all finding 1/8 by doing 56 divided by 8 and then timesing that by 3. Here 10% is 50. 5% is 25. So 1%. What you want to be trying to get to is 1%. So the easiest way of finding 1% is dividing that by 100, which is 5. Once you've got 5, times that by 7, because you've got 7% to get 35. So your method isn't right there. You're trying to just keep dividing to get 7. It's not going to work. So you're not going to get any credit for that, I'm afraid. 3 marks for the page. Question 10, 30 miles. 1 hour 15 minutes is not right. And they want how many minutes altogether, so what you should have written is 75 minutes, but even that would be wrong. Okay, each little square, because you're going from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, say, in 60 minutes, and you've got 10 little squares, 60 divided by 10 is 6. So each little square is 6 minutes. Before we start, the graph was steeper, so it shows you travelled faster in a shorter amount of time. That's good. And that's again not right, because you're not reading off your page your graph accurately enough. So you've got 1 mark there, 1 mark there, no marks there. 1723, 1529 is correct, okay, but you can't do that using normal subtractions, so you've got to do it by counting on or a different method, but you've got the correct figures that you're trying to work with there. So have a look at the video to see how I've worked out that particular question. 2 marks, 3 marks for the page. Because you get even prime numbers, you need to show me. Okay, so you need to say 2 is an even number that is also prime. There's not enough what you've written there to get you the mark. Times it by 4 is correct. With this one, you need to turn them both into the same type of number. So you would turn that into decimal probably, and that into decimal, and compare. You need to know your fifths as decimals. 1/5 is 0.2, 2/5 is 0.4, or as percentages. 1/5 is 20%, 2/5 is 40%, 3/5 is 60%, which is smaller than 65. Alright, so you've got your 3 and your 2, and your 3 and your 5 correct. But you've done the wrong thing with them. So this is saying here they're taking one disc from each of the two bags, and the score is the sum. Now sum means add, and all you need to do, if you're not sure of that, is look how they've got, what have they done with these numbers to get that number. Well, clearly they haven't multiplied them. 5 fours, that would be 20. They've added them. So that gives you the clue to finish off filling in that grid. You get your 1 mark for these numbers on the outside, but you get no marks for filling in the grid. 2 marks for the page. Okay, and there's nothing on that page, and there's nothing on that page, and there's nothing on the last page. So again, in order to get anywhere near a C-Jack, you need to be able to attack all of these questions and not leave the last several pages out. Anyway, let's see how you've done on this paper. So you've got 7, 18, 22, 30, 33, 36, 38, 38 out of 100, which will be an F. Now in the first paper that you did for me, you got 36, so it's a bit better than the one you've done at home. So over the 2 papers, which is what you'll be doing in the real exam, you have got 74 out of 200, and 74 would also be a grade F. So at the moment you are operating at F grade. Okay, so there's quite a bit of work to do.